Hey, what's going on?
Why is that still playing? Okay, I have no idea what's going on there.
Oh my goodness, are we good to go?
Okay, I'm hearing me on this. Oh, hold on. Hold, please.
Oh,
Yeah, this is how professional we are
I love it.
today.
You're like I'm hearing myself. I
I
don't
am
get
hearing myself. I'm like,
it.
why? Why?
Too funny.
I'm still hearing myself. Oh,
Is
yeah.
there?
And now I know why.
Did you close everything out or no?
No, I forgot I'd logged in.
Oh,
Just messy today. It's been a real rough week for me, people. And today I started boozing again.
how many before the show?
This was just the first one. Come on, man.
Oh,
This was just
okay.
the first one.
No judging, just asking.
Oh, you can judge. I'm used to it. Okay, hello, and welcome to the very dysfunctional The Commentary Zone at Night. Tonight we have a special show because we were tired of the dog poop that is Married at First Sight USA. To be quite honest, I told you this, Jamal. I could not make it through the show.
It was.
I don't know what happened at the
Uh,
end. I just don't. I
I
don't
mean,
care.
nothing really happened. It's just more they talked and then they went on they spent like one night together and then they were on their way.
Like I got up to the part where they went on their final dates or something, and
Mhm.
it looked like Ryan was trying to give Clara a concussion. And I was just like, are you serious? Are you serious?
Football bowling.
There was nothing wrong with that activity. Don't get me wrong. It seemed quite interesting. But for your final date, before you have to make this huge decision on whether you're going to stay with your spouse, that's not what I would have chosen.
And he gave her the kiss off at the end, pretty much. And she got upset. I'm not. Why are you getting upset? You should have expected nothing more from him.
My goodness. Well, poor Clara. She's stupid at this point.
At this point, yes.
God. So yeah, I could get through it. It was just regurgitated garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you decided let's do Mama June. And
Yes.
I thought I had watched all of the episodes, but I didn't watch last
Oh,
Friday's. So I had to watch that this morning.
yeah.
I have no notes. So I'm winging this.
I
Oh my
mean,
God.
basically, where we were just following Mama June on her road to quote unquote redemption. She's trying to get her
Mm-hmm.
family back. She's trying to do all the right things. So with this show, since we're covering 6 episodes of a moving story, I think we should go character by character because it might be easier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think it might be easier if we do it that way.
Okay, let's just say hi to everybody in the chat. Oh, Michael X is here. Blavi. Hi, Susan. Let's see. Hi, Nisei. Hi, Trey. Hi, Montana Marcy. Let's see. Welcome, everybody. As you come into the room, please give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and most importantly, tell a friend. Did we hit 400 yet? We did!
I
Guys,
need 2
thank
minutes, guys.
you. Okay.
Thank you. Be right back.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much. I can't believe it. You guys are so great. Yay, we made 400 subscribers. I'll take a drink to that. So wait a minute. Have you guys watched all of the? I'm getting ready to call it Honey Boo Boo, Mama June. Have you watched all of it yet? What do y'all think about this season? I'm for me, it seems a little produced. I ain't gonna lie, because when I think back to when they lived by the train tracks, and the cats were everywhere, I kind of liked that. Oh, hello.
Hey, can you hear me? All good?
Yes.
Much better. Hey, guys, thanks for sticking with me through these little technical difficulties.
Thanks, Oblavi. Okay, so yes, I watched every episode. Oh, wait. It said Mama June doesn't have. Oh. Well, I think that was evident from the beginning.
Yeah, it really was. And I know we're going to go through character by character, but Geno was making the most sense to me so far.
It honestly seems like he's the only one who has taken the rehab thing seriously. And like, it's last night when she was talking about she got rid of 2 lawyers and she's doing this 3rd lawyer and they're going to get off with probation or just stay home and it's no big deal. Like, I don't know anyone who's facing 10 years or 2 years respectively who's so blasé about it.
But did you see the look on his face when she said that, though? He was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, and I think in the confessional, he was just like, is she living on another planet or something? And then they haven't even hired this 3rd lawyer.
Right.
Okay, well, all right. Wait, who are we talking about again? Which character are we deciding to talk about first?
Let's talk about, let's see. Let's start with some of the lesser characters. Let's start with Sugar Bear and Jennifer.
Next.
Oh, stop it. Well, Sugar Bear, he's and honestly, when Jennifer refers to him as Mike, I wasn't sure who she was talking about. I had no clue. Oh, never mind.
Oh, you forgot his name was Mike?
Yeah, I forgot his name was Mike. Completely forgot his name was Mike.
You were accustomed calling him Shuggy?
Yeah, that's what I forgot. I mean, you would think that was his government name. The way they talk, the way they call him that. No one calls him Mike, but Jennifer. I'm like, okay.
Well, she want to be special.
She does. She is special. But he's gone through some things, like some medical things. He's in a diabetic coma. Rushed to the hospital. Spent about a week or so in the hospital. So it really made him reevaluate what he's doing in his relationship with Alana. So I was happy to see that he's taking this seriously because he wants her to know, like, this is hereditary. I'm concerned about you. I'm trying to build this bridge. And I'm glad that he went to Josh first to, just gauge him out. And Josh was on board. Josh could feel where he was coming from. And then they concocted a plan for him and Alana to meet. Now, old girl is a piece of work. Jennifer, I don't know what her deal is. She needs to go somewhere. She gets on my nerves. I'm like, why is she on my screen? Because how dare you lock this man out of his house? I mean, what kind of mess is that? But I will say this: he should have told the truth. Like, look, I'm meeting my daughter, and then you can do about this, and that.
But wait, well, I kind of, when Jennifer knows that he's going to do anything with Alana, like, I see the dollar signs pop up in her eyes and the cash register sound ring. Like, she doesn't have a genuine care or interest in Alana as a parent would. I think she just sees her as an opportunity and a cash cow. And she kind of ruined the last time where she was the one pushing, I think it was last season, pushing to try and get custody of her away from Pumpkin. And she wasn't even giving Sugar Bear any say. Like, she was taking the lead on it, and she was, getting the paperwork out from the lawyer and all of this jazz. And that's not your kid. That's his kid. He's been
Mm-hmm.
less than active in that child's life. Let him prove to that child that he wants to participate in her life and be consistent about it, because Sugar Bear has been less than a parent when it comes to her, and he's
Mm-hmm.
not consistent. He lets her down all the time.
Yeah, it's consistent. Consistent letdowns, consistent disappointments. So
Mhm.
I agree with you. Let him prove that he's going to actually be consistent in her life before you try to do what you do.
Yeah, and I also think that Alana would be a lot more open and receptive if it's just her dad at this point, trying to
Mm-hmm.
rebuild that bridge
Mm-hmm.
after the disaster last season with Jennifer. I think Jennifer comes in a little too hot and too self-righteous, and there's no genuine concern in her actions or words.
Not at all, because you can just see the way she talks. It's a very aggressive, non-empathetic type of speech.
Yeah.
She wants everything her way. She feels she's always right. Yeah, no. I wouldn't want. If I were alone, I wouldn't want to be around that either.
Yeah, and then like, okay, so what really pissed me off with Jennifer last season? Okay, June is wigging the hell out of control. Geno too. Pumpkin and Alana's lives were turned upside down. If you think about it, they lost their family home. They lost their mother to addiction. And the one father figure that they did have since, Shuggy, was the cause of all of it. So this would have been the perfect time for Shuggy to step up and show, okay, you lost one anchor, but I'm still your dad. I'm going to
Right.
be here for you. And the way how she came in and started taking control of the whole situation, and I get it. Sugar Bear is not like the dominant man. He just isn't. He likes really aggressive women, and that's good for him, but it's lost you the relationship with
Mm-hmm.
your one and only kid, or at least that we know of.
Right.
And that's where I lost any sort of patience with Jennifer. That whole thing, whether it was produced or not, left a really bad taste in my mouth, because basically y'all just left Alana as an orphan. Not that they were dead, but emotionally and,
Right.
and
Emotionally.
mentally, instead of y'all all rallying the wagons around that child, y'all showed y'all asses.
I couldn't imagine having to all of a sudden have to move out my family home, and we got to basically be on the run behind my mama and my father figure, owing money to people we don't know. Like,
And they
that's
sold out
scary.
everything from under those kids.
Everything.
Everything. And they were finding out about it on social media. They didn't know where their mom was. Like, that. Okay, Pumpkin was old enough to deal with it,
Barely.
barely.
Cause
But
she's so young. Like, she's like what,
mhm,
20, 20, 21, 22 in that range, right?
something like that. Last year she
Yeah.
was like young 20s.
Right.
And she stepped up more than any of those damn adults and fought for Alana.
And we got we're gonna get to them next, but we got to shout out to like Josh as well, because
Yes.
he's not playing no games.
Mhm.
He's stepping up. It's like those two are the parents now, and
Mhm.
they have their daughter of and they have a daughter of their own, but they're
Mhm.
still there for Alana to give her the parental guidance that she needs.
Yeah. It was just crazy. Last season, whether it was real or not, I'm just going by what they showed me on the TV.
Mm.
It left a real bad taste in my mouth, and I felt really bad for Alana. Did I worry whether Pumpkin was going to be able to take care of her or not? No. Pumpkin is strong. Pumpkin is the strongest of all of June's kids. It's unfortunate that she had to make use of that strength so early.
Right. That was the thing. We're gonna get to them in a moment, but
Mhm.
as far as Jennifer and
Jennifer,
Sugar Bear goes, I don't care for her. She's just doing too much. I don't
Mhm.
understand why she's still threatened by June though. That's just I don't understand. Like, ma'am, I think this is where common sense comes into play. Like, ma'am, you have this quote unquote platform because of June. You might need to fall back a little bit because without you
Mhm.
being jealous of the person who's actually putting you on is ridiculous.
Yep.
You need to focus on your marriage and get that right because you're a mess. Tracking his phone, driving miles to track him down. But then again, she's overreacting. But he needs to be honest with her and just tell her, like, look, this is my only child.
Mhm.
I'm going to have a relationship with my child, and you're not going to stop me. Now, if you have a problem with this, we can just go get a little divorce, and you can go about your business.
Yeah, because he can't say anything about her son.
Mm-mm.
Remember?
Mm-hmm.
He can't say a word against her son. So what gives her the right to always have the say so over his daughter? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Not at all. And yes, Marcy, this is true. Not only the family home, but the Pumpkin and them, they had to leave
Yeah.
the area because of June and Geno and people harassing them, I guess, for what was owed to them or something. One question about Jennifer.
Mm-hmm.
Does she have some sort of like insulin pump or something that she has? You notice that she's always wearing that bag and it has a tube running out of it.
I don't know.
Anybody
I couldn't
notice
see anything.
that?
I'm
She
sure with his condition, she has something.
but oh yeah. And this is another thing that well, Sugar Bear is an adult and responsible for himself. But remember after she got her surgery and she started going on this healthy eating binge and all of that, if you were cooking so healthy, how did Sugar Bear wind up with like a 2000, level sugar thing to go into a sugar coma? And I know I'm using the wrong term, but you guys know what I mean. He got the sugar. Um,
He's probably sneaking sweet somewhere.
oh, he does have a sweet tooth. Beef. I did notice Sugar Bear is sick. He's got bad diabetes, but I noticed on her, she always wears that black crossbody bag, and there is a clear tube that runs out of the bag to her. So I'm just wondering if it's an insulin pump or something. Okay, so June and Geno, because they owed the drug dealers money, June is
Mm-hmm.
setting her children up to fail. Yeah. Did you see in that the commercial for the reality show about the reality TV, and Andy Cohen asked her, how do you go through $600,000, and she goes, with cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
The hell who were they buying from? Couldn't they buy them and get a bulk discount or something?
Yeah, they've been better going through some shipping people directly versus buying on the street. I'm just saying. I
Oh
mean,
my God. Let's see. Sugar Bear can't even take care of diabetes, let alone take care of his daughter, Alana. Well, we don't want him to take care of her, all right? Because she might wind up toothless and in a diabetic coma. But what we do want him to do is to actually participate in her life.
actively
Pumpkin,
participate.
yeah, Pumpkin can take care of Alana,
Right.
but he just needs to show his face, make a call or two, take her for an ice cream, give her some money for
Mm-hmm.
maintenance, or Pumpkin, give it to her if you think she's more responsible, whatever, but just show up. That's all I ask.
Yeah, be there.
Yeah. And you know what? That must be hard, because here's the thing. It's one thing if your parent has passed away. But I could not understand that if you had a parent and that parent decided, I just don't have any time for you right now. How, as a child, would you feel about that? Like, ugh. And especially at Alana's age,
Where she needs
and
her mom.
yeah. But then the dad too, like both of her parents are MIA. Dang.
and it's due and it's due to drug addiction. That's be even worse. It's like he chose drugs over me. Like
Yes.
it can weigh on a child.
But I hope Dr. Ish is like giving her counseling and stuff like that.
I'm sorry, $600K. You could buy a lot of property with that in the South. I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
She could have had 2 houses with that in
It's
Atlanta.
not 3. It's not 3. Paid off.
Yeah. Like where I guess where she was living. Yeah. But who knew strip clubs paid that well? Remember, because that's where she was making most of her money, making appearances at the clubs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? The name of her agent was Gena. Like if she got because that's who's doing Angela's, from Not to Hot. If Gena got Mama June a bankroll of $600,000. What's Gena's number again? Can she like pimp me out at a strip club? I'm serious.
That's insane. $600K. Get out of here. I wish I would.
Wow.
But I do like I said, before we move on, I do like the Sugar Bear is making an effort. So
yeah,
I appreciate that. But he's going to at some point need to step in and explain his role to his wife. And she needs to calm down.
And also explain her role. Like, back up. Mm-hmm. This is my daughter. Let me handle this the way how I need to handle it in the situation we're in now.
Because one thing, if you look up, Jennifer may cost y'all the bag. Because they could, like, June could just say, like, you know what, we don't want her on the show anymore. Mm-hmm. That's what happened. That's what happened at Teen Mom OG. One of the girls said she didn't want to film with her baby daddy and his family anymore. She wanted to go in a different direction. They kicked them off. So like they just told them like, you're not fired, but we'll only film you when we need to film with you. So they lost that bag. So I'm going, Sugar Bear, if you're listening, tell Jennifer to sit down before y'all lose the bag. Quit playing.
Yeah, unless they're telling her to behave like that, and then that's even worse because it's not entertaining to me.
No.
She's not a very likable person.
No. Are we ready to move on to Pumpkin and her family?
Yeah.
Love Pumpkin. She's really, really stepped up. I just feel bad that she had to do it at such a young age. Like, and you could see the cracks. Like, it's just a lot on her mind because you have a 2-year-old, and then you have to parent your sister, and then you're having marital issues, and then now your mother who wasn't really trying to communicate with you is coming back in your life. That's a lot of pressure on one so young. That's a lot of pressure on someone, even a full-grown adult, let alone someone in their early 20s. But she's handling it as best she can. She's making it through. Alana's doing well. Her daughter seems happy. It's just now her and Josh need to connect.
You know what? I didn't realize. I think what's missing with her and Josh is that Josh is working like in South Carolina, I think they said.
Well, he was working in South Carolina, but oops.
Well, yeah, oops. He's gone for the week and then comes back home on the weekends. So she has to handle everything by herself during the week. Then it's the panorama. Then it's homeschooling. They had just moved. So what friends that she did make in the new school, she now can't see because of everything that happened last year. I kind of feel bad for her. But I also wonder what her grades are like. While watching all of that and the 16-inch nail extensions, I was just wondering, what kind of grades are you getting if you have to type at video chat school? Just, some random thoughts.
Right, but she seems in a good place. Pumpkin's done a great job. Josh is cool. He's stepping up. he's trying to help everyone. I feel like he's really trying to bring everyone together the best way that he can. Like he lets Sugar Bear stay in the back of his tent, grilling hot dogs, a little clothesline.
With his big old draws. Oh my god.
Josh is like, look, if Pumpkin were here, I couldn't even let you. We couldn't even be doing all this. But we can just let you. Like, we can't let you stay in the house because Jessica's gonna tell on me. So, but you can stay in the backyard. That was too funny. He let him stay in the backyard. But then, like, he's trying to get, and then, like, Josh is trying to get Jessica to go to bed. Like, go to bed, blah blah blah. So I guess she goes to bed, and then she hears something because Sugar Bear's trying to come use the bathroom. She got a bat behind the door. This is hilarious. She goes, what are you doing? What are you doing? She's like, I'm staying in the backyard. She thought no one stays in the backyard. Well, Josh said I could. Josh. He comes up. He's like, look, this is what it is. I'm going to bed out there with y'all in the morning.
But do you notice that he's the perfect complement to Pumpkin? Because Pumpkin is and he's very much, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow's another day kind of thing. So they kind of perfectly balance each other out.
Yeah, you can't have two people screaming at each other. That's not gonna work.
No.
That's not gonna work. Then with him, which is too funny, like, I understood where he was going. Like, he was trying to fix his marriage too. It's not just on Pumpkin. So, like, but when he picked up the phone and said, thanks for the opportunity, I'm like, oh, did you turn down a job offer somewhere else? But when he said, like, he quit his job, I'm like, well, I don't think, just because of what I said, I don't think that's what she meant. She meant for you to find something closer to home, not to outright quit your job with nothing else.
How does he mess that up?
But then he was just like, oh, snap. Why didn't you pick up? Why didn't you just pick up the phone, call him back, like, hey, my bad. That's not really what I meant. That's what I would have done. Like, my bad.
Oh my Lord! I would have said point blank, my wife told me to call you back and get my job back.
Right.
Yes, Trey. I love them together too. I'm rooting
they're
for
great.
them. Yeah.
Hey, Nisei.
This is a good idea. What do you think about this? They can eliminate everyone and focus on Josh Pumpkin and their family. I think this is the best way to go.
I would eliminate Sugar Bear and Jennifer, but I would keep Mama June and Geno because they're on the road to fixing their family, and that's something that's very important for people to see. Because with this show, what I'm enjoying is the fact it's not a quick fix. It's not like, oh, we forgive you, blah blah blah. It's no, you have to earn this back. You have to do the work. There's no happy ever after right away. It's just like, this is what you have to do. And Pumpkin, I like the fact Pumpkin and Josh are standing firm in their thought process. Like, no, this is what you did. This is what you've done to us. You ghosted us, but now you just want to drop back in their lives like nothing's happened. Like, no, it's not going to work that way. And I enjoy that. I'm enjoying seeing that because Josh he didn't want them to go see Mama Junior first. He's like, I don't want either of you going. And he's in his feelings too, and I don't blame him. He's like, no, like, you both shouldn't be going. They're like, that's our mom. And he's like, if y'all really want to go, okay, go. And Pumpkin went with a very, she was open minded, but she was guarded, which I appreciate.
I think when he realized he couldn't win the battle regarding Alana, he put his foot down regarding their little girl.
Yes.
And she didn't take the baby. Ella Grace, is that her name?
Yep.
She didn't take the baby the first time. And I like that with Pumpkin. She respected his wishes with regards to his daughter. He gave his opinion regarding Alana and Pumpkin herself, because we're forgetting Pumpkin's still young and that's still her mom.
Yep.
All of these kids' dads were absent in their lives. June has been their only parent. They had Shuggy for a long time and then Geno, and both are deadbeats. So every male figure in their life, they are used to disappearing. So, she said, okay, I think Alana will be good. She's 15 after all. And who could believe that she's 15 already? Like, I remember her back in the beauty pageants.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, like that time has flown by. And she was going to be there with Alana. So she figured that she'd be tough enough for both of them. But I like that she respected his opinion when it came to their joint child. I like that.
That was I thought that was a perfect compromise. They're gonna go, but our daughter stays here.
Yeah. Yeah. At least for the first meeting. Like yeah, Dr. Ish said this, that, the other, third, but I'd rather you see for yourself and tell me, and we can make a judgment together.
Mm-hmm.
What else happened with Pumpkin and Josh?
I think that's about it, because I'm just very impressed for a couple so young, and given their own issues, they have a very clear thought process. It's
What do you
not
think
rushed.
about Jessica? She hasn't really
No,
done much.
no. She's just there to stay for a little bit. That's all.
Has she seen June yet? No, right?
No, she hasn't seen her yet. No.
Okay, so she's still mad because June sold her car note.
Yeah.
Get over it, girl.
Yeah.
You should have taken over that car note.
Exactly.
June could have put the down payment on it and bought it in your name, and then you take over the rest. You can't be mad at that. I'm sorry.
No, I wouldn't.
But she is.
She is, but you can't. I wouldn't stay mad when they've gone, like, Pumpkin and Josh have gone through so much more. But didn't Jessica see? Was it Jessica that went with them with Ella Grace? Was that her?
To the park.
To the park,
she
right?
She was there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she was there. Yeah. Okay. So she did see. She did see her. We just haven't seen her talking to her.
Right. She was there, but there was no real dialogue.
Okay, Michael X says, I personally think June should be in rehab extended. I think she could do with a dose more of rehab. We'll talk about her later. Geno and June want the kids to automatically forgive them, but they're gonna have to put in the work. I don't think Geno. No, I think he understands it's a long road ahead for him. He knows he has to do the work. I think that's more June, who just thinks, well, I'm your mama.
To me, it's all June.
Yeah, I'm your mama, so it should be okay. No.
No.
I think Jessica should pick up a part-time gig and not just focus on being an influencer. I think so too. I agree with that. And wasn't she in school before? Remember? I swear she was in like some sort of nursing school or something like that. This influencer garbage, I don't understand. Maybe I should understand it, and somebody will pay me for drinking a slim tea or some crap like that. Debbie, so true. Wait, what did I say? Oh my God. Love you, Michael X. Not many people think I say anything that makes sense. She went to the park and saw June. Okay, cool. No, who else do we talk about?
Let's see. I understand Alana's point of view that she wants to see her mom. I completely get that. She's still at that age where she has a lot of faith and a lot of hope. So I get it. And for her, I understand that she needs at least one parent who wants to see her, or who she feels wants to see her, because June is really trying to see her now. She's clean. In Alana's eyes, June's making a lot of effort, where Sugar Bear is like pulling teeth because of Jennifer. So she's going to gravitate to the parent who is making that extra effort for her. So that's why she's easily sucked in by the pool and the Florida weather, even though that house is not June and Geno's. Um,
Yes.
so that's why Pumpkin's saying like, well, no, this is not going to happen. And she's trying to tell Ron like, you can't be sucked into this. This is not there.
Yeah.
This is not.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
Um, as much as Alana thinks that she's grown up,
Hmm.
she needs to listen to Pumpkin because Pumpkin asking them questions.
Hmm.
She's doing it in a very respectful way, and I think it's more so to shield Alana. But yeah, like
But like Pumpkin said, Pumpkin's been through this before, and she's old enough to understand. So what she's trying to do with Alana, she's trying to give her the truth in a way she can absorb it without crushing her. Because what she's trying to
mhm.
do is protect her without disparaging Geno and Mama June. So she's walking a fine line.
I don't think so much Geno. I think it's just June.
Here's the thing though, we have to remember, even they both say like, we had really good times with Geno. He was like our dad. So yes, they're mad at him because they really looked at him as a father figure, as I guess their dads aren't really around like that. So they are more mad at him due to the fact that they're looking at him as the cause of June's addiction, which is not fair. June is an adult. Now, Geno was a very bad influence, definitely, no doubt about it. But you can't blame him for your mother's addiction. Your
No.
mother willingly made that choice.
Yep.
And I'm waiting for them to get to that thought process. Because I think Pumpkin will get there, and then she'll filter down to Alana. But they're just not there yet. They're still in that, coming out of that hurt and trying to rebuild. And that's where I feel that Pumpkin is doing a great job of asking the tough questions and getting the answers. And if something's not right, she's calling the BS right away, which is a huge thing.
Okay, so
she's not letting
here's the
June be
thing.
away.
Here's the thing. With regards to the house that they're in. All right, so hold on.
That house belongs to another client of Gina's.
Gina's.
Who's out of town for a couple months.
See, because I heard the comment about it's a client, but I didn't know whose client it was. If it was June's, I was like, June has clients? What are you talking about? Oh, so it's Gina. Oh, I hope they got a security deposit on that. Yes. Okay. I was looking for this. Didn't Geno have something on the side of his neck? Not marking myself, but remember he had, I guess Susan says it the best, fatty tumors, something that he should have went to Dr. Pimple Popper to get sorted out. So when he really got skinny, it was like there, like a little small person attached to him. But now that he's bulked back up again, do you think it's still there but hidden? Or do you think he got it removed? Because at some point, I'm marking myself. I saw a mark on the side of his neck, and I was just wondering. I wonder if he got that like popped out.
Oh, a goiter?
Goiter? No, the goiter is like in the middle, right?
Normally.
But this was on the side. I thought it was just like an embedded, twin embryo or something. Yeah. Yes, and the top of the head. He had one on the top of the head too? Oh, wow. Oh, gosh. Okay, so yeah, what else are we talking about?
Now we get to Mama June and Geno. So let's be a special shout out to the aunt who was holding it down for June while Aunt Dodo, like, who was holding it down while June was gone. Let's give her a shout out and her cookies, because them cookies did look good.
And her new teefuses. They look good. Her chiclets look good. I wonder if they went to Dr. Heavenly.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I
wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, shout out to Dodo for being with the girls, holding them down, so they need to have someone to go to. Now we're gonna get to June and Geno. I actually start with Geno. Now Geno's making the most sense out of everybody. He has a very good understanding of what it's going to take to win the girls back. And he, like you said earlier, he's taking this very seriously. Like his understanding is amazing. Like he's very clear headed. Like when you contrast it to June, June goes into this feeling like, well, I'm their mother. They should just automatically forgive me. He's looking at the fact like, well, no, this is what he's actually said what he's done to them.
He took ownership.
Yes,
He took
June hasn't
ownership.
done it yet.
Well, this is what's telling me that he's the only one who was paying attention during rehab class.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking those steps, and she like he hit the nail on the head. What planet are you on, June?
Seriously, because the way he laid it out, I'm just like I will say this, I'm not easily impressed by reality TV, but he impressed me because the way he speaks, he's very articulate. He can say exactly where they went wrong and what they have to do. Like you said, complete ownership, no excuses. Like he's really living in their present reality. Whereas June wants to start the beginning of the board and just find it. She wants to play shoots and ladders and just slide down to the slide to the finish line and be done with it.
Do
He
you
wants to take no
find
steps.
that June's attitude is almost as if someone owes her something?
She feels like she's owed a second chance, and she said that with Dr. Ish.
But you have
She
to
really
earn
feels
that.
that's what he told her.
I think she needs to, like, you know, when you get left back in the second grade or something like that. How does she pass rehab?
Mm-hmm.
How does she make it through with like her graduation certificate or something? Like, seriously?
It's how
I
can I put this? I'm trying
I
to figure
hope
out.
this is just for the show and that this isn't her real way of handling this.
It's like she's going with an expectation of forgiveness, and that's what the problem is. That's what she's not understanding. You're not promised. No one has to forgive anything because you can't hurt people and tell them when how to forgive you. The world doesn't work that way.
She's
And
not
what
even
Pumpkin,
owning her actions.
right?
Like, these are
And
her kids.
mhm. That's what has Pumpkin's frustrated. That's why Pumpkin's very leery because Pumpkin hasn't heard like, "I'm sorry I did this. I'm sorry I did that." She hasn't really taken ownership of exactly what's been done to them and what they've gone through. Basically, but by not owning what she's done, she's not acknowledging the pain she's caused her children.
Yeah. And I think Pumpkin was right. You can't buy us back. Besides, we know you broke.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about getting another house down by the beach, like, come on, June. Go back to Georgia and settle your debts. And not the debts to the drug dealers, the debts to society. Like, sort that out first. You know, you can rebuild with your children, but you've got to start somewhere and start by taking accountability for your actions. It's just very weird how she's coming across this season.
For me, the troublesome part is the fact that she's. I understand being optimistic, but she's being like childly
Delusional.
optimistic. Yes, there we go.
Yeah. I would have fired that lawyer that did not bother to tell them that they had a court date in less than 24 hours.
Right.
And you spoke to him 2 days before. How is that possible? But okay.
But I will say I think they're on the right track. But I find that June's gonna be the biggest problem. I agree, Montana, because I kind of feel that. And tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like everyone's on the same page but her, and that's the problem. So if that's the problem I'm saying with this, like she's gonna be the monkey wrench in the machinery. Because they're all the adults are on the same page. She's not. All the adults understand that we all have work to do. June and Geno more than the others. June's the only one that's railing against that.
It makes no sense. And the lying to the kids, not so good. Not the best way to win back their trust.
And June's acting like everyone tell me if I'm wrong. With Geno, I don't hear him saying like we're clean and sober. I hear him saying we're doing well right now. Whereas with June, if I'm not mistaken, I've heard her say, "Well, I'm clean, I'm sober." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's two different thought processes. Gino's, I feel he's on the path of recovery.
Mm-hmm.
June seems to think in her mind that she's done, she's clean, she's sober. And when she told when Dr. Ish was telling her like the numbers and everything, she said, "Oh, I know the numbers. I'm not going to relapse." I'm like, that's a problem
Yeah.
because
Most of the people who say that relapse.
relapse. And from what I understand, once you're an addict, you're always an addict. It's just you may not be a using addict at that point in time. So with Geno, he's in the mindset of we're doing well. Like, we're getting everything together. Things are going well. He's not saying like he's clean. He's saying he's clean, but he's not saying he's like sober. He's not being declarative. Where
You know
she's
what?
making declarative statements.
I think in his mind, he's taking it one day at a time.
Yes.
One goal at a time, one day at a time. This is a lifelong process. You will forever be an addict. This will always be a demon in the back of your head that you have to constantly fight against. And I think he understands that and he's dealing with it. I think June is almost ignoring it because she passed one PP test.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing that occurred to me, they keep on saying that they were on the white powder, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the way how they was looking, and money was getting really tight and they were living in the car. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they were on the meth.
Me neither. But another thing, I want your thoughts. So it seems to me that Geno's gone into the situation with hope, where June has gone in with expectations. And I think that's where the disconnect is. He's like, I hope to get back here. I'm hoping like the work that we're doing is going to give where we go, where June's expecting everything at once. I feel like she's honestly come in with an entitled attitude. Like, since she is their mother, that she's entitled to a second chance. She's entitled to
I'm your mama. You have to forgive me.
Yeah. And Geno's coming in like, I messed up. I apologize. It's going to take some time. All I'm asking you, here's the thing. He's asking for chances. June is demanding. And the kids are, like, particularly Pumpkin's like, no, you can't demand anything. You're not in that position. And Dr. Ish is telling her, well, you can't do that. Last year they were on your time. Now you're on their time. So give them their time. And I have a feeling if she doesn't really grasp her position, she's going to push her kids away for another year or two with her attitude. Because you can't do wrong to people that way. I mean, and these aren't petty wrongs like, I took your makeup brush. I borrowed your car for a joyride. These are like life-altering situations you put your family in. You put your family into dangerous situations and have not said one word about it. Like, if you watching all the episodes, I just never heard her say, like, you know what? I did y'all wrong. Sold all your stuff, made your move. Just nothing. Just, I'm clean, I'm sober. Like, well, no, you're not. Like, you're clean right now, ma'am.
What do you think about this statement? Because thank you for saying this, Marcy, because I thought I heard that she had done this previously.
Same.
But I couldn't remember where I heard it from.
Me neither. I think that's what Pumpkin was referencing to. Like, she's all like, I've been through this before. I know what's up.
Yes.
So I'm like,
Yes.
okay, you've gone through this before. Maybe to not
Mhm.
this extent, but you've gone through this before.
Mhm.
So yes, everyone's entitled to a second chance. I agree with that. I agree with giving people a chance to show they changed and show they've grown. But with that second chance needs to come remorse.
Yeah.
And that's where they're struggling with June. Geno's shown the remorse, but
Mhm.
he's not their biological father. So they're going to
Nope.
it's going to granted June is her own person, children will always hold a grudge against someone who's hurt their parent. They see
Mhm.
Geno as someone who's hurt their mother, even though they know she made these choices too. So it's just gonna take a little bit of time, but I think they'll get there because he's truly remorseful. And June has taken the role of queen. Like I just deserve it. That's it. I just deserve it.
Yeah.
Geno's grateful for any chance he gets. June is not grateful for any chance. She just feels like it should be handed to her.
And he's willing to work for it, and he's willing to take the time to on their schedule, which June
Mm-hmm.
isn't.
No.
And it's funny because he wasn't like privy to all of the unless she told him afterwards. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said, it seems like he participated every day in rehab school, and June
Mm-hmm.
just played hooky.
Right. I think with him, from the way I'm piecing this together is he can do more time than she can. So he has more incentive to take it more seriously than she does.
Well, like they said in the chat, he's been to the pokey before.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess he's like got that mindset. Well, it's a done deal. I got 10 years to look forward to, you
Right.
know? But she, I guess maybe that'll work for her. But the clips for next week look quite interesting.
And do you think that do you think June sees herself as a star
Probably
and she deserves to be
special
forgiven?
treatment.
Where Geno is more like he's more humble, like he understands his position, what he's done in his past. So he's coming at more like I've got to rebuild myself. So that's the way it came across to me. It felt like okay, she's like I'm a star, I deserve to be forgiven, I deserve all this. And Geno's like, no, I understand my past, so I'm gonna work at this. That's just the vibe I got.
Here's what I get from Geno. Geno is very smart. Geno is very calculating. And Geno, when all is said and done, is a user. He's used June. He's used the show. He's used everything to get what he wants. I think he knows that he's up for 10 years. I think he's walking the walk and talking the talk in front of the cameras in the hopes that
Mm-hmm.
it's recorded and sent to the judge, that of the two of them, he's the one who's taking this very seriously. He knows what to do and what to say to get what he wants. So maybe I'm thinking that he's doing all of this in the hopes of instead of getting 10, he gets 5.
True. I can go with that, but I'm gonna go with that he's actually sincere on this one
I don't believe
because
anybody anymore.
I just go back.
Down. Go ahead, Jamal.
I'm no, I'm just going. I'm just going by what I see so far, and what I see like he's. I feel like he's. I feel like he'll walk the straight and narrow, not to do 10 years because like he really got 10 years to do in the jail. For being honest, he ain't that young no more. And June is going to go down the road of nothing's going to happen to me, and then she'll wind up back in the slammer.
I don't know. I just
I
think
mean, when it's all said and done, ma'am, you're on WeTV. WeTV. Calm down. I'm just saying, you
yeah,
know,
but
Bravo. You
it's a
know,
long
Bravo.
way from the train tracks to
I
Luigi.
mean, let's be honest. She was on TLC at one time. Come on now.
That's true. But she was
So
part of an ensemble. Now she's a
true.
headliner.
Fair.
Her name is in the show title.
That's fair.
She is
But
star.
in order to keep her show, and her name in the title. She needs to stay on this road of redemption. Like right now, she's on the side. She's walking through the gravel. I need her back on the road.
Mm-mm.
But overall, for me, this is an enjoyable show to watch because I agree with, I think it was somebody in the chat that said that Geno and June are overproduced a bit, but the others are okay. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? It's just June doesn't know how to stop smiling whenever she's on camera. Like she could be in the most emotionally riveting scene with like Alana crying and Pumpkin melting down, and she'll be there smirking like the cat with its cream, and it's just odd. It's just misplaced.
Mm.
And I don't know if that's like a reflex of hers where she can't help it, or she's just a lousy actor, and that's just how she is, ruining. Like, this is the best shot that they could get out of the scene after doing it 14 times.
Gotcha.
That's a little bit too cynical, isn't it?
A smidge, but it's
okay. Here's my question to Geno. Has he been in contact with his own children? That's a good question. And if the answer is no, then he is calculating and trying to use this TV show to get his time down from 10 to 5.
I can go with that.
I wonder if they have that third strike rule, like how they do out west. I think it's California has the 3 strike
Sure
thing,
do.
right?
Sure do. Plays no games.
So wait, where is it that they're facing the charges? In Atlanta or Alabama?
I think it's Georgia. Oh, wait a minute.
I mean, yeah, Georgia, sorry.
I think it's Georgia.
It's because they went back to Georgia for court, right? Not Alabama.
That's the way I'm reading it. That's the way I took it.
Oof. It's bad when Alabama don't want you. Oof.
Yeah. True that.
Mm-mm. So, who else do we have to talk about on this stupid show?
Honestly, I think that's it.
That's it? Oh my God. Alabama, it plays.
Oh, so it was in Alabama. Oh.
So this is when they got stopped at the gas station? Is that what this is about? They had possession charges or something?
You know what it is? I always thought the reason why I thought it was Georgia is because she said that she couldn't go back to Georgia because of the bad influences. That's what made me think Georgia. Okay.
Okay, so thank you guys for confirming that. All right. That smile makes me think her brain is not quite right. Well.
Yeah.
Good point.
Mm-hmm.
Good point. It's just very off. The police were called for domestic violence by the gas station. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it is the gas station interlude. Wow.
Yeah. I took it. I thought it was the issues in Georgia was the reason why she said she couldn't go back to Georgia. Okay, so it was actually the Alabama park. I remember the Alabama parking lot incident, but I thought the charges were stemming from the issues in Georgia. Okay.
Oof.
But overall, this show was, like I said, this show entertains me. Good dynamics. A little produced, but I'm fine with that. This is 2021. We're not back in what? Ooh, we're not back at the Real Housewives of Orange County season 1, where it was just grainy footage and and little to no production. So like, I'm okay with this. This is good. This is a good watch. This is a good watch.
Yeah. Like I've watched. Like I wasn't that big on Toddlers and Tiara. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't. I would watch it if I couldn't find the remote.
I mean, you got parents out here spending $5,000 on a dress that she gonna wear one time. Like, excuse you?
And the fake teeth and the custom wigs. It was crazy.
Oh, the custom wigs, the bedazzled everything.
Ay. It was a hilarious show. It really was. But I picked up on Honey Boo Boo when she got her own show on We. That's when, I was like, oh, Toddlers and Tiaras, okay. And that's when I went back. I never watched Toddlers and Tiara when it was like first run.
Oh, that show to me was a holler. The fact that they would just go into debt to pay for these, I'm like, but the prize money doesn't even come close to covering the cost. That makes no sense.
I know, it's like $100 in a gift bag or something.
Or if they went Ultimate Grand Supreme, they might get $1,000 bond. I'm like, but that bond doesn't even cover the cost of the dress. Okay.
Don't forget, they get a trophy that's twice the size of the toddler.
Yeah, okay.
And then what confused me the most was the moms who would carry like their infants with like a full wig on, and they would be, the kid can't walk, but it's in the competition.
Right.
I didn't get that.
The 0 to 3 year olds.
0 to 3 year olds is a category.
That's a category, yeah.
Maybe this is why I wasn't a mom. I don't get it.
Yeah, that was a holler and scream. When that one lady said, yeah, like, we're going all out for this pageant. Like, we spent over $5,000 for this dress. Like, you did who? I'm going to need you to say that on national TV. Or
and they living in a trailer. And they living in a trailer.
Yep.
And the kid, like, you could have saved that towards their college education.
You're spending like literally you're probably spending around $8,000 to win $1,000.
Yeah, because you have to practice, include all of the practices that they're going to. A lot of them have coaches. They go to dance class. They go to walking classes. They go to get their stupid teeth, the dentures fitted. Dentures are expensive. For adults, dentures are expensive.
Flippers. That's what they call flippers.
Flippers. Yes. Yeah. And then the wigs.
Custom.
Who puts a wig on? The first time I ever saw a baby wig was on Designing Women way back in the day.
Oh yeah, Delta Burke.
Delta Burke got that custom baby wig for Jean Smart's baby. God, only in the South. Only in the South. Damn.
But hey, they got to it. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But see, that was smart. They knew they were marketable, and they jumped on it while she was hot, which is great managing.
What was it June used to scream out from the audience towards Honey Boo Boo? Like she had, didn't she have like a special? No, she wasn't the one with the drink. I think she would just holler from the audience.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That was a show.
But my favorite would be when the kids would fall out when they would lose, though. I'm sorry. Call me wrong, but I should just correct me when the kids wouldn't win the trophy, they just fall out. Or the parents would get mad and demand to see the judges' score sheets, and they don't understand why the kid didn't win. I'm like, well, your kid kind of sucked during the talent portion, and your kid's costume really wasn't as good as the other kids' costumes. And your child wasn't deemed one of the more beautiful children in the pageant. So you combine all three of those things together, your child couldn't win. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Yes, Michael X. I still love Designing Women.
I still watch Designing Women. But I'm going to say this. As soon as Allison came on, I'm like, I got to go.
Yeah, she was annoying.
When Allison and, what's her face? Carlene, like, yeah, I can't do you either. I need my core 5 people on the show. And the friends of the show. I don't need the rest of y'all.
Oh my gosh. All right, so anything else about this stupid, silly little show?
No, it was good.
Okay, so we covered episode 1 through 6.
Mm-hmm.
Are you down to watch episode 7 this
yeah,
Friday?
I'll be watching because I find this show enjoyable and there's nothing on Friday night. So
we're on Friday nights.
I mean, we are, but I'm talking about like show wise. There's nothing on.
Yeah, that's true.
But I usually take Fridays off and watch it like on Saturdays, just to give myself a break.
Yeah.
This was good. This I'm not sure who suggested. Was it Michael X? Was it
I
you?
think
I
so.
think it
No,
was Michael X.
well,
Who was it?
I think it was Michael X.
Yeah.
Was really, really excited about it because I was watching it, but I didn't think you would get into it because it's like stupid girls. I didn't know. I didn't think
This
you'd
is.
be into it.
I mean, yeah.
So it was up to him to really push the issue, Michael
Yeah.
X.
Yeah. Anything with a good dynamic, a good plot line, and it's a good break because this show offers more storylines that we could cover, like as far as news. Like I like things that go beyond the TV screen
Mm-hmm.
that can capture your imagination. Like breaking news: Mama June's in jail. Hold up, we gotta talk about that. Why is she in jail?
Oh wait, did you see the preview for next week or whatever? Like they took a camera into the jail cell. Who does that?
We gonna film you in jail, okay?
I didn't know you could do that unless they had it on
Hey,
a iPhone and nobody knew.
hey, we didn't know on Seeking Sister why they can put a camera in divorce proceedings, but hey, you can do anything when you on.
Again, I don't think that these scenes are real. Well, then again, I've never been to jail, so I don't know.
Exactly, me neither,
Yeah,
and can't do it. I
right.
don't have time for. I don't have time for it.
You know, that's one color that I don't think I look that great in orange.
Oh, I would look hot in orange, but no, no, thank you.
Yeah, no, I think it turns me kind of yellow.
Just like when people get hooked on like the hard drugs,
Mm.
that was just never my thing. And I'll be honest, the reason why, because I watch Intervention too. That's one of my favorite shows too.
That makes me cry.
So to see what they go through, I just realized like I'm far too lazy to be a drug addict. And that's just the truth. All the stuff that they have to do with the buying and hunting down the buyer and heating it up, making your own pie, finding the right glass, finding the right can. That's just too much work.
What are you
I'm
talking about?
Oh, you know how when people do their drugs, like you have to like make your own to get the full effect. You have to make your own like paraphernalia. You can't just
Like,
buy the type of paraphernalia.
oh,
No, you didn't know that. People like hardcore addicts because they don't have a lot of money. They literally make their own paraphernalia.
I thought it was a spoon and a lighter.
No. People literally make their own crack pipes out of glass.
Oh,
Yeah.
are people still doing crack?
Hey, yeah. Like
Well,
no, the
that's
really
one trend I want to be out of. Never
like the
mind.
like probably the really broke people are doing crack. Like if you're high end, you do the C word,
Mm.
or the M word, because allegedly there's plenty of labs in the suburbs.
Oof, oof.
Yeah, man.
Aluminum foil. Right. Like if
Yes,
you couldn't find a spoon. Yeah.
like and we're old. I think most of us here are old enough to remember when um people used to cut up Coke cans.
Nuh-uh, you could get a
Yes.
refund on those.
No,
Well, at
no
least
people like
when I was little.
yeah. No, people like literally used to cut up Coke cans and make their stuff. You use whatever's handy. They was like it was like seriously MacGyver. Just saying.
Oh my God.
But thank you, Michael X. This is a great choice.
Yes.
I am my work. I go front.
It
Oh,
is like, yeah, I'm not that invested. Like, I don't know why I thought you could go down to the local Walmart and just pick up everything, but okay.
yeah, no.
Like, what are you talking about?
Right. Come on now. Come on
It's been
now.
yeah, that's never like I could spend money on better things than that.
Yep,
That's
Michael.
chasing. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
chasing a dragon that you'll never catch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Why did you just get
Yes.
paper?
No. Because with the okay, so what it is with can, the can heats up. You get more out of it. That's what it is. Paper
Why would
burns. Paper burns, but paper burns.
right?
It also burns the product.
But isn't that
So
what you're supposed to do if you're smoking?
no, you don't want to burn it. Burn it. You want you want the heat. Because what happens with the cans, the the can gets hot, and the smoke product stays within the can, and it's easier to get all of the product.
So that is just a poor man's bong.
Basically.
Oh. They used to put aluminum foil. Yeah, I did that black lavender. I'm a child of the 70s. Yes, we would put aluminum foil on the bunny ears, and then when we got money, we had the attachable, the round antenna with the extra bunny ears.
I love Montana. She's a dippy. We do not live in that world.
No, I'm like lost.
Oh.
Like, talk about shoes. I'm there with you, but
Mhm.
I'm not wasting money on that crap.
Oh, it's just like when you know people who just okay, everybody, this is why I was never into the drug thing. This is why my brother prefers this nice little drink. All you gotta do is open the bottle and pour. Or you drink it straight out the bottle or can. I like the simple things in life.
Yes.
If it's honestly, if it's more than like 3 steps, I'm not doing it.
And the sad thing is that I immigrated to this country in 1978. We lived in Brooklyn at the dawn of the crack epidemic. And basically, it was either spoons or foil. I didn't know anything else. Like, I knew all of it because it was littered all over the floor in Brooklyn, in Manhattan. Oh, God forbid you went to the Bronx. But yeah, it was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I remember. But I was little.
But it wasn't. See,
Ain't
that
nobody
wasn't.
using that.
So what it is that wasn't such a big thing out here in this area. It was more of the weed thing. But if you went out into some of the suburban areas, it's where you had the more intricate things.
Okay. No.
People with their nice, cute little labs in the basement, you know.
Oh dear.
And
No.
some of them blowing up for being careless, but you know that's another story. Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, there was like the suburbs were a very hot spot for cute little labs like that, and you never know until the basement caught fire. Yeah, seriously.
Oh.
You would if you looked at the homes they were in, you were like, oh, okay, this is a nice home, blah blah blah. Then you hear like a boom, and you're like, what happened? And the police are called in, and then like the appropriate authorities are called in, and then you hear on the news that like, you know, there's a fire at a meth lab in such and such, and we're like, what? And you see the picture of the home from the outside, you're like, what? And then you see once the like everything cleared, you can see the remnants of the lab. We're like, whoa.
Oh my god. Oh my god, we're making everybody laugh with our little with my stupidity and you dropping the knowledge. Oh my god.
I mean, like it's real life. I mean, this is reality TV, but it is real life. So we all have references to pull on some things. It's just having one of those references. If you grew up in the those times, you kind of knew what was going on, or you saw it on TV. So
Yeah.
it's people just need to understand. Like I feel like if you're gonna have a channel, be honest, be open.
Yeah.
And you know, just because you don't do things doesn't mean you don't know things. That's why I've had to tell people like, yeah, you can not do things, but you can also know about things. It's not that serious.
See, I feel like I know a little, but what I know about is vastly outdated. Vastly. Yeah. Because like I said, like aluminum foil and spoons, yeah, I knew about that, but I just didn't bother to keep up.
Right. But see, it's geographical though. Each
Yeah.
each place had their own type of thing.
All I know is that when that epidemic really took hold, I remember that's how when I developed always looking down when I'm
Yeah.
walking.
Mhm.
You always had to look down and make sure you weren't stepping on
Yes.
something.
Mhm.
And as a kid, you always walked with your head down.
Yes.
And just being very careful. That's what I remember growing up in Brooklyn. By the time I got to university, I was going to school in Manhattan, and by then the pills were coming in.
Right.
So it just kind of transitioned, and then I left the States, and then the needle stuff came in. Thank God I missed most of that.
Yeah, we don't do those type of things. No.
Right.
Mm-mm.
And so then I came back to the States, and what was in then? I think it was like pills, but then the M came in.
Mhm.
And so now, like, I'm too old to keep track of that
That's
crap.
why I don't have. That's why I don't have. That's why I don't have tattoos or piercings because I don't like needles. I don't like getting shots. I just tell them like, I want you to hurry up and just draw the little blood or give me the little shot, and I gotta go.
You know what it is? I've had a fear of needles and blood, but when I had a frozen shoulder and the physical therapy ran out, I had to get over that real quick, and because I need to go to acupuncturist,
Mhm. I don't
and
mind the
that
needles.
helped.
I don't mind needles so much as I don't need you see you sticking me with a needle. That's all.
Well, I was lucky. I would do some deep breathing beforehand and tell him not to say a word and just do what he had to do. And everything was
Mhm.
on my back, so I was facing down and I
Yep.
didn't have to see anything. I told him whatever tray of stuff he was using, I don't need to see it. Just go. Don't tell me
Right.
what's happening. Just let me know when you're leaving the room and when you're coming back in. And that was it. But yeah.
For shots and blood draw, I would just turn my head. You'll tell me
Yes.
you'll tell me when you're done. I'm good. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And
Appreciate you though.
I don't want to see the vials after either. Nothing. Anything. I don't even want to see your dirty gloves.
I've seen the vials.
No,
And one
that's
time,
gag.
no, when I saw one time, like you took a lot.
I
I
took
just
my mother, and they're like chalking up like 4 and 5 vials out of her. I'm like, she's little bitty. She's got limited supply. Can you leave her some
right.
or reuse from one vial?
Right.
Can't you? But yeah, when she goes for full labs, they're taking like 4 or 5 out of
Mhm.
her. Ugh.
And you like, can I get that back? I mean, might need that.
No, they tell me like if she's not feeling, steady, give her juice and a cookie. She's pre-diabetic. Goodbye.
Right. So slim fast and sugar free cookie. Okay. So what we got going on here?
Yeah. But they don't even give it to you. They tell me go
Yeah,
out
go
and
get
get
it.
it.
Mhm.
The supermarket's across the street.
Right. A sugar free Red Bull and a sugar free wafer. Okay.
Oh my God.
But this was good though. This
Yes,
was a good.
yes.
This show's good. Highly suggest watching it. Thank you again, Michael X. I hope you guys are watching and enjoying the show as well. Debbie, is there anything else?
No. So is it until next time?
Until next time, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.